Hey everyone, welcome to this video. I'm Laura123 and this is going to be a book unhaul video. So basically I've done a good clear out, a good sort out of my books to, make room for new ones, obviously. And you know what? It's really good to have a good sort out, see what you've got book-wise, etc, etc. So the books that you're going to see, I am actually selling now on eBay. So if you want to bid on any of these books, please do. Happy bidding. And I hope they go to someone who's going to really enjoy reading them. So yeah. Now some of the books that I've got rid of, or sorry, I hate saying got rid of, unhauled, like they're books that I've read that I've really enjoyed, some of them not so much, but like either way I'm not going to read them again. And some of the books are books that I've purchased and I've just kind of changed my mind about wanting to read them. So are you ready to see what books I'm unhauling? If the answer's yes, then let's get started. Got my glasses here, so you know I mean business. So yeah, all these books are on eBay. They're all bids. So if you like the the whole kind of auction thing, I sometimes do buy it nows, but in general, I do tend to do auctions. Anyway, so let's get started with the books that I am selling. I've got a big pile of books here. Where do I start? Okay, I'm going to randomly start with this one here. So I read this recently and it's called Everyone Dies Famous in a Small Town. It's by Bonnie Sue Hitchcock. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. This is a collection of short stories, all wrote by the same author. And they're all set in the rural American West. So like in really kind of small little towns where everyone kind of knows your business, that kind of thing, right? And I don't know if it's just me, but whenever I read like a collection of short stories, there's always some that I really, really like. Others that I'm like, maybe that's just me. But this is what I did find once again with this book. There were a couple of stories that I really enjoyed. And then there were just some that I just found a bit boring. But, that's just me. You might read this book and absolutely love all of the stories. Like, we're all different when it comes to reading. So let me tell you about it. By the way, this author wrote a book, where is it? It's supposed to be like really famous. I've not heard of it, called The Smell of Other People's Houses. Have you heard of it? I've not heard of it. Anyway, so it says, in a small town, you are forever defined by the worst thing that ever happened to you. Come on a journey across the rural American West. Meet the teenagers who live in the small towns across these states, separated by distance, but whose stories are woven together in the most unexpected of ways. Whether they're brought together by the spread of wildfire, by the priest who is moved from state to state, or by the hunt for a missing child, these incredible tales blaze with secrets, rage, and love. So that is that. That is that one. And that's only been out like a month or something, so it's quite a new book. Next one here is also a new purchase and pretty similar to this, another collection of short stories. And once again, like, is it just me? I don't know, but like some of these stories are really good. Like I did enjoy, I think it was the phone's ringing, sorry. There we go. Okay, my mum's answered it. But yeah, like some of these stories are really good. I think it was like it was either number 1 or number 2 in the book that I really enjoyed. But like others, I was just like, oh, I just found a little bit boring or just not for me, basically. But this is like a really big book. Like it's had so much praise. Apparently it's long listed for the 2021 International Booker Prize and all that jazz. But yeah, it's called The Dangers of Smoking in Bed by Marina Enriquez, I think that's how you say it. And if I'm honest, like I love the cover, but I didn't like the actual book. Like as I say, just a couple of stories were okay, but I don't know, it wasn't for me. So if you like creepy, like scary, creepy, kind of gory at times as well stories, then this could be for you. But it just wasn't not my cup of tea. Now, next up, I'm selling 2 books. These are part of a series, a trilogy series. So I'm missing number 3, but I do have number 1 and number 2. Now, these have been on my bookshelves for absolutely ages. And I just don't think I'm ever going to read them. Like, they're quite sci-fi. And I went through a stage of really enjoying sci-fi, and now I just don't really read sci-fi that much, really. And I thought someone would really enjoy these. I know, obviously, I haven't got number 3, but, you could pick up number 3 somewhere else or whatever. But I've got 2 of them. 2 out of 3 ain't bad, as they say. So it's Children of Eden and Elites of Eden. Really cool covers, though, I have to say. They are really cool covers. And they're by Joey Graceffa. Is that how you say his name? Joey Graceffa? Anyway, I don't know how to say his name, but that's who it's by anyway. So I won't read number 2 because obviously it might give things away. So, yeah, it's a sci-fi basically, and it says, I've thought about going out so many times. There are days when I think of nothing else, when the lure of freedom consumes my thoughts. I can't draw or study or run. Now tonight, more than ever, Eden seems to call me with its strongest voice yet. And though I'm terrified, I swing my other leg over the edge of the wall, my elation overpowering my terror. Oh, God. Yeah, so there we go. But yeah, it looks like it's a young adult sci-fi about healing the world, and I don't know. Anyway, I don't know. Apparently this guy's a YouTube superstar. I'm really sorry, I've never heard of him. But he's probably never heard of me either, so we're probably level with that. But anyway, those two are going. Next up, I am selling The Boy I Am by K.L. Kettle. This is a young adult book as well. Yeah, I was actually recommended this from one of my viewers who is absolutely awesome. She's great. However, I really didn't enjoy this book. I'm really sorry. I always feel really bad, like if someone's recommended a book to me and I've just not enjoyed it. But I just, I kind of skimmed to the end to see what happened, but I just wasn't enjoying it. So it says, Jude is running out of time. Once a year, lucky young men in the House of Boys are auctioned to the female elite. And if he fails to be selected, a future in the mines awaits. Yet ever since the death of his best friend at the hands of the all-powerful Chancellor, Jude has been desperate to escape the path set out for him. Finding himself entangled in a plot to assassinate the Chancellor, Jude finally has a chance to avenge his friend and win his freedom, but at what price? I mean, yeah, I like the whole kind of, swapping of gender roles and things like that, but I don't know. I mean, maybe it just wasn't for me. I just couldn't get into it. I didn't particularly like the characters either, so yeah. But you might love it. You might really enjoy it. I mean, it is a really popular book. People are raving about it, so maybe it's just me. Another book I have is this one here. This is Whisper Down the Lane, which is by Clay McLeod Chapman. If you're into your horrors, check this one out. So yeah, like, I don't know, this I thought would be scarier than it was. Like, it was a little bit creepy at times, but it I don't know, it's a kind of thriller horror. And I'll read the back to you, it's probably easier. So it says, Richard doesn't have a past. For him there is only the present, a new marriage to Tamara, a first chance at fatherhood with her son Elijah, and a quiet but pleasant life as an art teacher at Elijah's elementary school in Danvers, Virginia. Then the body of a rabbit, I can't say this word, ritualistically, is that right? Ritualistically, murdered, appears on the school grounds with a birthday card for Richard tucked beneath it. Richard doesn't have a birthday, but Sean does. Sean is a 5-year-old boy who's just moved to Greenfield, Virginia with his mother. Like most mothers of the 1980s, she's worried about bills, childcare, and putting food on the table, and a threat to American life that can take the face of anyone, politician, a friendly neighbour, or even a teacher. When Sean's school sends a letter to parents revealing that Sean's favourite teacher is under investigation, a white lie from Sean lights a fire that engulfs the entire nation, and Sean and his mother are left holding the match. Now, 30 years later, someone is here to remind Richard that they remember what Sean did. And though Sean doesn't exist anymore, someone needs to pay the price for his lies. So it's actually like, to do with, as I say, kids getting together, making up a lie about the teacher and stuff. Apparently it is based like loosely on a true story that happens. So, and there's like some Satanist stuff in here as well. So yeah, if that sounds your cup of tea, I don't know. Right, what's next? We've got Lois Lane Double Down. This is by Gwenda Bond. This is a signed copy. I can show you the signature there. There we go. It's not my signature, it's the author's signature, I promise you. So I won't tell you too much about this because it is number 2 in a series. So obviously if I tell you about it, it might give kind of spoilers from number 1. But yeah, if you like Superman, Lois Lane, this is kind of like a young adult, so like when they're teenagers basically. So it's a little bit of science, bit of a thriller, obviously the adventure and stuff, and there is a bit of romance as well, and friendship. Obviously Lois is a journalist even at a young age, so yeah, I can't really tell you much more about it, but if you're into your Superman and Lois Lane, maybe that's for you, I don't know. Next up, we have this book here, which I literally finished reading last week and I loved it. Karen David, and this is What We're Scared Of. Love the cover, absolutely gorgeous cover. This book made me laugh, it made me smile, it also made me feel very sad and angry all at the same time. It was really, really good, like the way it gets to your emotions. It says on the front here, the past is closer than we think. So Evie is funny and sharp, Lottie is anxious and shy, Evie is a fighter and Lottie is a peacemaker. The one thing that they could have in common is their Jewishness, but even that divides them. When their mother is targeted by anti-Semitic trolls, the girls brush it off at first, but then the threats get uglier. What We're Scared Of is a thriller, a tale of sibling love and rivalry, and a stark reminder that the past must not be forgotten. So yeah, really touched me actually, this book, but also there were some kind of light-hearted funny moments. I like both of the sisters. Like Lottie was really cute and like she was really sweet, but she was also strong. Evie, even though she was loud and funny, she had that kind of inner turmoil about herself and stuff as well. So really interesting getting to know the sisters and like the story as well with the trolls and like obviously dealing with anti-Semitism and stuff like that. Really good book, really, really good book. Right, these next two here I got from Poundland a few months ago, and I'll be honest, I think it was just kind of, I'm in a mood to buy books, I'm in Poundland, they look really pretty covers. But really, if I'm honest, I don't think I'm ever going to read them. I think they're a little bit too young for me. I do love reading young adult books. Like I've not got a problem with saying that I'm 41 and I love reading YA, but like, I don't know, these are like too young for me even, I think. So we've got Heart of the Moors by Holly Black. I love her books though normally, but as I say, once again, a little bit too young for me. And this is by Aisha Said, and it's called Far From Agrabah. So this is from Aladdin, and this is from Maleficent. I don't really need to go into too much about this. These are basically two original tales from Maleficent and Aladdin. But I would say aimed at a younger audience. So that is that. Next one here, this is really funny, like if you're looking for a funny book, but also not just funny, but also deals with like body positive stuff and that, which is great. Check out this book by Rebecca Elliott, and it's called Pretty Rude. The original one, the first one I ever read was here, called Pretty Funny. That was so good as well. It's the same character, kind of revisiting her. She's a young girl and she's like a wannabe comedian. She's just starting to get a break and do some like comedy shows and stuff. And it's really funny, like literally laugh out loud moments in it, really funny. But as I say, the whole body positive stuff makes you think and feel as well. So like I just love this book. It was so good. But I'm not going to read it again. So I want someone else to enjoy and experience it. So the main character is called Hayla Swinton. So it says Hayla Swinton versus the internet. It says, oh, hi, I'm a comedian. You might know me from such famous hits as My Little Brother Thinking My Stomach is His Own Personal Bouncy Castle. And that I fell on my butt during a stand-up routine. That was in the last book. Well, now I'm uploading my funnies to the internet. Prepare for fake beauty tips, overshares about my two BFFs and their personal hilarious disasters. About my new boyfriend. Yes, you read that right. That's the plan. Hopefully nothing will randomly decide to mess with it. Like, oh, I don't know, my complete bum bag of a dad coming back and swirling our lives around in his emotional tumble dryer of pain. That is the kind of writing style. It's really well written, really funny. Though I guess chaos and drama make for great comedy material. I love it when she does like the stand-up as well. Like you read about her doing stand-up at the pub and the clubs, and it's really cool. So yeah, really recommend that one. Next one here is the Twisted Tree, brand spanking new. I've never read this book, and I'll be honest with you, like I bought this book ages ago from Waterstones because people had been recommending it all the time. It's like trending everywhere. I love the cover of it. I just thought it was really creepy and spooky looking. But I don't know, I just never got around to reading it. I thought it was a standalone. Then I discovered it was a series, and I've already got other series that I haven't read yet and I want to. And I was like, oh, do you know what? I'm just going to let someone else enjoy it and read it. And yeah, so Twisted Tree. Martha can tell things about a person just by touching their clothes, as if their emotions and memories have been absorbed into the material. It began the day she fell from the tree and became blind in one eye. Determined to understand her strange ability, Martha sets off to visit her grandmother, Mormor. Only to discover Mormor is dead and a peculiar boy is in her cabin. Then the spinning wheel starts creaking, terror creeps in, and Martha is faced with an impossible decision. I'm still, as I'm reading it, I'm like, oh, should I keep it? But I just know that I don't know, I've never picked it up. It's been there ages, so yeah. So that's that one. That's that one. Next up, okay, so this is quite a new book, like literally only come out last week, so you can't get much newer than that. This is by Holly Bourne, and it's called The Yearbook, and it is, as you can see, a sprayed edges edition. This is an exclusive Waterstones edition of this book, and it's also, as you can see by the sticker, signed by the author, which I can show you there, Holly Bourne's signature. So like, it's, with me personally, it's kind of hit and miss with Holly Bourne books. I've had most of them that I've read, I've really loved. Like The Places I've Cried in Public was such a beautiful, emotional book. Like, I love that book so much from her, and there's been some others I've really enjoyed, but I didn't like the one, what was it called, about the movies. I wasn't enjoying that one. I can't remember what it was called now. What was it? Holly Bourne. Anyway, it was about films and stuff. I didn't really like that one. But anyway, this one here I bought because, you know, I mean, look at the cover. It says the dramas, the traumas, the rumours. It's time to expose them all. And, you know, I've kind of read reviews and it was like, oh, it's going to be like Mean Girls kind of thing. And I started reading it, really enjoyed it. And I could see, without giving spoilers, there were some mean girls at this school and, you know. And then all of a sudden it kind of stopped being about the mean girls and it just kind of got into this like main character's love life. And I was like, I didn't think it was going to be a romance. Like, don't get me wrong, I do like reading romance books, but I just thought it was going to be more kind of, you know, catty girls and bullies and getting back at the bullies kind of thing, you know, and the drama. But yeah, I don't know. It just wasn't what I expected. So it wasn't a bad book, like, but it wasn't what I wanted. So I thought someone would really enjoy this, and of course it is a sprayed edition, sprayed edge, signed edition, and all, you know what I mean, that. So that is that. Next up, I have Vampire Circus by Mark Morris. This is a Hammer horror book. When I was a goth, I used to be well into like Hammer horror stuff. Anyway, this I got in Poundland as well. It was one of those kind of cover buys. Like, I just thought, oh, Vampires, Circus, yeah. But I'm just not going to read it, let's be honest. So it says, small rural community of Shettle has fallen into decline, rife with crime and plagued by ill fortune. When the Circus of Nights arrives, the people are drawn to it like moths to a flame, as though they are bewitched. Only 4 men realise that there is something terribly wrong, and as the town is enclosed in a barrier of sickness, which no one can enter or leave, they must do their utmost to protect their loved ones before it's too late. And this is actually a film. I found out, I didn't know that, because when I was looking like to list it on eBay, it came up with the DVD. I was like, So yeah, apparently it's a film as well. So if you're into your Hammer stuff. Next up, I have this one here. This was also a recent read and a recent buy, obviously. I had this on pre-order, so the day it came out, I had it. It's by William Hussey, and it's called The Outrage. Hate destroys, hope survives, can love win? So first of all, how gorgeous is this cover? Like, it's absolutely gorgeous. I love this cover. But here's the thing. I recently, well, I say recently, last year, read a book by William Hussey called Hideous Beauty. That was so good. Like, that was one of my favourite books of the year. I give it like 5 billion stars out of 5. You know, it's just an amazing story. And I had really high hopes for this one. But I don't know, I just couldn't get into it. I just didn't enjoy it at all. Like, yeah, so, you know, as I say, it's really supposed to be like really hyped up. Everyone loves it. Maybe it's just me. I don't know. Sometimes I find that, you know, books that everyone else seems to rave about and, you know, get really high reviews and stuff on Goodreads, I don't like that much. And books that I really enjoy are like 3s, you know, it's I don't know. But I just didn't enjoy it. I had to DNF it, which is really sad because I was really looking forward to it. But you might love it. As I say, it's really, yeah, really popular by the looks of things, but just not with me. So it says here, welcome to England. Here there are rules for everything. What to say, what to think, who to hate and who to love. Your safety is assured so long as you follow the rules. Gabriel is a natural born rule breaker, and his biggest crime of all is being gay. Gabriel's secret must be kept, not only to protect himself, but to protect his boyfriend Eric, because Eric's father is the chief inspector at the Degenerate Investigations, the man who poses the biggest threat to both of their lives. So it says here, page turning, heartbreaking, Handmaid's Tale for the LGBTQ plus YA. As I say, it just, I don't know, I just was not enjoying it, so I just, yeah. But you might love it. I keep saying that. You might love it. You might, you know, we all like different things. Okay, next up, Firekeeper's Daughter. Now, this is going to be a series on Netflix, which I'll definitely watch. I really, really enjoyed this book. I'll be honest, at the end, I was getting a little bit bored. It was quite a thick book, so I was like reading it for a good few days, and I was thinking, okay, come on, wrap it up, let me know what's happening. But I did really enjoy it overall. I give it a 4 out of 5 on Goodreads, so obviously I did enjoy it. But yeah, I just, as I say, I've got a little bit, come on, at the end. So I've got this on eBay, but I will show you a couple of things. First of all, it's a signed copy, which is great. Here's the signature from the author, Angeline Booley. And here's the thing. So I got this delivered, and it turned up with some, you can see that, some rips on a few of the pages. There's another big rip somewhere. Hold on. Oh, here it is. Can you see that? Yeah. I was not happy. I was not impressed. So I rang up the booksellers, complained, blah, blah, blah. And they did very kindly give me a refund, which was fair enough, and apologise and stuff. So that was fine. Obviously, you know, if you complain and get a refund, then that's fair enough. I didn't rip it myself, by the way. It literally, I was like, what's this rip? And then I got into the book and I found this massive rip. Anyway, it's all done and dusted. I got refunded. So I'm selling it on eBay, and I started it like a bit cheaper because obviously there are rips and stuff. And I put it as acceptable because like it's in really good condition. As you can see, it's literally just those few little rips and stuff. And it's signed as well. So, yeah, really did enjoy this story. So it says here, 18-year-old Dornis's mixed heritage has always made her feel like an outsider, both in her hometown and on the nearby, oh, I can't say this word, I'm so sorry, I'm going to try my best, Ojibwe reservation. When she witnesses a shocking murder, she reluctantly agrees to be part of a covert FBI operation into a series of drug-related deaths. But the deceptions and deaths keep piling up, and soon the threat strikes too close to home. Now she must decide what it means to be a strong Anishinaabe woman, and how, I've probably said that wrong as well, and how far she'll go to protect her community, even if it tears apart the whole world she's ever known. Really, really good thriller. And also really, I really enjoyed getting to know more about like Native Americans and like Native American Indians and stuff. Like, it was very interesting, and they're really spiritual people, and like I didn't know some of the stuff I read, so I was quite intrigued to learn about their culture and things, different rituals they do. And yeah, it was really interesting, and I like the thriller aspect of it as well, obviously. So yeah, I think it's going to be a really great show. I think it's going to be brilliant. Next up, we have this one here. I picked this book up like for £1 or whatever from the works ages ago. I've never read it. It's called The Witch of Willow Hall by Hester Fox. And yeah, I don't know. It was one of those, meh. Years after the Salem witch trials, one witch remains. She just doesn't know it yet. Growing up, Lydia Montrose knew she was descended from the witches of Salem, and was warned to keep her legacy secret. But Willow Hall has awoken something inside of her. Having fled scandal in Boston, Willow Hall seems an idyllic refuge, especially when Lydia meets her new neighbour, John Barrett. But an eerie menace haunts Willow Hall with strange voices and ghostly apparitions in the night, calling to Lydia's legacy and leading to a greater tragedy than she could ever imagine. I don't know, like I've read so many kind of similar books. Similar, is that a word? Probably not. I don't know. Maybe I'm making a mistake with that one, I think. I'm not sure now. But I have read like similar books, so I don't know. Right, what have we got here? Right, I've got these two to show you quickly. And then one more, and then a couple of, they're not stories as such, but anyway, I'll explain in a moment. So carry on watching. So the first one is Mirage by Samaya Dowd, or Dowd, I don't know how you say that. I was actually recommended this ages ago from, who was it? I can't remember. It was a YouTuber, and I can't remember who she is. But anyway, she recommended this to me, and I got it. And it's been on my book case like a good couple of years, and I've never read it. And it's a series. I'm not going to read it. I'm not going to get into the series. So, yeah, it's a young adult fantasy. The crown of Dyer had been stripped from me, my face changed, my body broken, but I was not a slave, I was not a spare, I was my mother's daughter. I would survive and endure, I would find my way back home. Yeah, so anyway, I just don't think it's for me. I just, being honest. Another one, now this one I'm getting rid of because I read it and I really, really loved it, but I'm not going to read it again, and I know what happens, obviously. And I just, I really want someone to enjoy this book and experience it, and just feel what I felt from it. So it's by Liza Weimer, who is a lovely, lovely lady, really good author, and it's called Hello. She wrote another amazing book called The Assignment, which is just amazing, like so good. And this is the story of five different people who are all different, like all their different stories, but they all kind of tie in to one story, if that makes sense. Like, it's really, really good. So you've got Trisha, a girl struggling to find her way after her beloved grandma's death. You've got Emerson, a guy who lives his life to fulfill promises, real and hypothetical. Then you've got Angie, a girl with secrets she can only express through poetry. Then you've got Brenda, an actress and screenplay writer, afraid to confront her past. Then you've got Brian Potter, who sets aside his life for Trisha to the detriment of both. So linked and transformed by one phone call. So this book weaves together these 15 stories into compelling story of friendship, family, loss, love, heartbreak, and healing, and ultimately hope. So honestly, this book is so touching, so good. Love the way it's wrote, and love the characters and how it all kind of comes together. You need to read this book. So please buy it and enjoy it. Embrace it. It's a really, really good book. Okay, so next book I have is Sister Song. Now this book I'm actually currently reading. It's by Lucy Holland, and it looks like the dust jacket's coming off a bit. Hold on, let me pull this down. It really bugs me. Hold on. Yeah, no. So I can't do it. Anyway, I'm currently reading this book, but I'm selling it on eBay as well, because like at the end of the day you get, well, I put my things on for like 7 days listing. 7 days. Anyway, so I'm thinking of The Ring, sorry. But yeah, you get it for like 7 days listing. Then I get like 3 days to like post it off to someone, and I'll be finished it by then, not a problem. So I've got it on now ready. I'm keeping it in really good condition as I'm reading it. So yeah, Lucy Holland, Sister Song. This is a signed copy, hardback edition. 3 siblings, 3 deadly sins. This book is so good. Like, I'm thoroughly enjoying it, and at some point today I'm going to sit down, relax, chill out, and just sit and read it, because it's very, very good. I'm really enjoying it. Betrayal, magic, murder, a tale of 3 siblings and 3 deadly sins. King Kador's children inherit a land abandoned by the Romans, torn by warring tribes. Reva can cure others but can't heal her own scars. Keen battles to be seen as the king's son, although born a daughter, and Scene dreams of love, longing for adventure. All 3 fear a life of confinement within the walls of the Hold, their people's last bastion of strength against the invading Saxons. However, change comes on the day ash falls from the sky, bringing Mydrahim, meddler and magician. The siblings discover the power that lies within them and the land, but fate also brings Tristan, a warrior whose secrets will tear them apart. This was actually based, it says here, on an old British folk ballad called The Two Sisters, which I think is pretty cool. I like that it's based on something like that. So yeah, really gorgeous cover as well. Look at that cover. It's gorgeous. So far, it's really, really good. So they are all of the books that I am unhauling. I nearly said the getting rid of a thing again, and I don't like saying getting rid of. I've got 2 books I want to finish this video with, but they're a bit random. But I am selling them on eBay, so officially I'm unhauling. But yeah, like basically, this is the Dragon Chronicles, and it is a jigsaw book. I didn't even know there was such a thing as a jigsaw book. Like, I know there's jigsaws, I know there's books, but I didn't think there was a jigsaw book. Anyway, but it's like dragon themed, and it's really cool. Like, I mean, it's not for me, but I would understand why someone would love it, especially kids and stuff. And there's just, yeah, if you can see, move my head out of the way, there's all these different pages, so you get the story as you go along, like on this side, and then this side is like the puzzle with the different like dragon artwork and stuff. Like, there's some gorgeous artwork in here. Hold on, where's my favorite one? Oh, here's my favorite one. Like purple and like the fire and stuff, really cool. And you get the story as well. So yeah, I wanted to show you that because, you know, I am selling it. So if you're interested. And the other thing, I mean, I'm kind of being cheeky here. I mean, it is a book, but it's not like a story. But it is physically a book. So, you know, I can include it in this video. So it's the Osborne cutout model, Make the Wizard's Castle. And I mean, I wish I could make something like this, but I know I just get really stressed and it just wouldn't work out, would it? And some like one would really enjoy doing this. So basically you get all the little bits of like the castle and stuff and you like make it and it's just really cool. I'm gutted. I honestly, I have not got, number one, the intelligence, or number two, the patience to make something like this. But just think how cool it would be to have like a really like very own castle, wizard's castle. So yeah. Anyway, that's the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. And as I say, if you want to bid on any of these books, they're on my eBay. Links down below. I'll put the link to my eBay in the description box and also on the pinned comment section as well. So yeah, just go on items for sale, my eBay, and bid. Okay, so let me know what book sounds the most interesting to you. Have you read any of these books? You know, have I made a mistake in getting rid of any of these? But there's only one book really that I'm like, and that was the witchy one, you know, the Witch of Willow Hall or something. I'm like, yeah, I don't know about that one. But anyway, so please click like, comment, share, subscribe, smash the notification bell to all. Check out my other channel, MinxLaura123 ASMR. Really appreciate that. Links down below. And all my social media is down below as well. Twitter, Instagram and TikTok. So come and follow me. Anyway, everyone, happy reading. I have got a Goodreads page and a Minx book club on Goodreads as well. So once again, the links are down below for all of that jazz. So yeah. All right, everyone. I'll see you later. Take care of yourselves. Bye.